one challenge that we have students who are coming in to college, especially on our campus, and they're simply underprepared. They're underprepared in writing skills, in reading, and in math. So we wanted to look particularly today at the critical thinking and try to attach that to some of the other work that we're doing across the curriculum.
Over at OUC, the administrators, the faculty, the staff, we all, even though we might disagree on how to do things, we all seem to be pretty deeply invested in the goals of education. And for me, this event is just an extension of that. Readiness Forum was really about setting the stage regarding critical thinking in both the high school and at the college level. And not so much to be prescriptive or to tell anybody what to do or how to do it, but to start breaking down the walls, the barriers, etc. between high school teaching and college teaching in terms of English, and start having conversations about our goals, our methods, and maybe what problems we have in our own worlds, and then what problems exist sort of transitioning from one world to another.
I think it's really important for us to come together and talk about what's happening in the high school, as well as in the freshman composition classroom all the way up through junior comp and senior, just to make those connections.
This event is beneficial for any educator that's teaching students that are any way, shape, or form thinking about going to college. Just the benefit of finding out from a college perspective what works for them and what they see and what they look at really puts it in a fishbowl point of view what I'm doing.
Try to bridge that gap, to talk about what types of teaching strategies and what types of community strategies we can employ to really get students not just prepared for college, but sort of aware of what college is, etc. One of the things that excites me most about OUC is its community mission. This idea that we don't just want to help people find careers or jobs. We're committed to the community in general.
This type of event certainly brings in a lot of different folks from different counties operating in different ways.
And so this idea of being a hub where all of these different educators and thinkers regarding education can get together and talk about what we do, who we are, and how to improve what we do, that is the mission of OUC as far as I'm concerned.
Through this event, I think that we can begin to see what other people are doing and have more connections and more networking opportunities for staff and for faculty so that we can open up those pathways for students. Excited about the outcome of this event because already I've seen so many conversations among my colleagues, and some of those conversations have been kind of tough actually. People have felt safe enough in this environment to expose their own vulnerability to a point where they can say, I disagree with you, I think that we should be approaching it in this direction.
Every teacher needs to go through that kind of a humbling experience, seeing beyond their desk and seeing beyond their school even to where their students are going.
My real hope is that we're all a little shell-shocked today. I don't care what our role is. I hope that we're hearing things that are new for us, and that will force all the educators and administrators and the counselors in the rooms to come back to their students with new knowledge, new ideas, new ways of thinking.
We've had those conversations, and I think that those conversations are the most fruitful. Instead of having people just agreeing and nodding their head and going in one direction, we're opening up the conversation to make it more divergent, and that's really exciting.
I'm very interested in what pressures, what ideas, what teaching strategies high school teachers use, and where the disconnects are between again, selfishly, what I want to see my students doing as a college professor and what the state wants high school students to be doing and junior high school students to be doing.
students actually benefit because their teachers are getting together and discussing what is best for them and what is best for their success.
I want to know what the value system of my colleagues are, both in high school and at the college level. What is it that's important to you? What is it that you're working towards? And also, it's also sort of off the page. What do you hope the outcomes of your job, of your profession is?
It's okay to look at things differently than what it says on the paper. It's enlightening to say, look at a student and say, I know what to do with you, not I know what to do with all of you. I know specifically what to do with you.
We use that term success, but not everyone means the same thing. So just having that conversation, how do you define success? How does my student define success?
If we all know what each other's value systems are, we can really start having conversations about what our role here is in the community and how education can be a transformative force for us.
The bridge that I would like to build between high school and higher education has to do with collaboration between the students. It's not just top down from administrators and faculty saying this is success, you need to do A, B, and C, but it's a collaboration between students who are working together.
Humbling as an educator and really looking at, instead of what am I teaching my students, how am I preparing them to leave this classroom rather than how am I preparing them for the test they're going to take in my classroom. It's like when you plant a seed and you water it and it grows, it's the same thing for the enlightenment for everyone involved. Something like this that gets everybody together and everybody grows.
Faculty members, you get a couple great administrators, they start talking about what we can do. Next thing you know, we have 65 people in a room talking about our goals, our missions, our values, and how we can help people more deeply. And for me, that's why I took the job at OUC, because that's what we seem to be invested in doing.